Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Rita. Here I talk about life in the UK, share information on relocation, visa. If you want to come to the UK, I share information that can help you do that. And if you're already in the UK, I share information on how you can get jobs, what to do, what not to do, what to expect, what not to expect, just to make you have easy time settling in. And I just want to say thank you to my subscribers. God, you guys are amazing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting my channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, comment, share, like, and be part of my YouTube family. There's so much you can learn on my channel. A lot of people are waiting or looking for opportunity to come to the UK, either to study, to work, or probably because they just love, living in the UK, because truly the UK is a very beautiful place to, live and work in. It is not also surprising that a lot of people after coming to the UK, they are also living. So the UK is not bad. I myself have lived in the UK for 5 years, and at some point I have considered, probably leaving to another country like Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. So stick with me, guys. At the end of this video, you'll find out some of the reasons why people are currently leaving the UK. But one reason why people leave the UK is expensive tax. It's really expensive because half of your income goes to tax. I know a lot of people will say you pay tax everywhere in the world, but the UK own is really too much, because the more you work in the UK, the more you're going to be taxed. The higher your salary, the more tax you get to pay. If you earn from £12,750 per year, you're not going to be taxed. But if you earn above 20,000 to 50,000, you're going to be taxed 20% of your income. And if you earn more, like from 50 to 100, you're going to pay 40% of your income to tax. At the end of the day, you're going to be taxed for national insurance, you're going to be taxed for council tax, and so many things. At the end of the day, no matter how much you earn in the UK, half of your income goes to tax. So when people come to the UK and realize that the tax is way too much, a lot of people feel like they are enslaving themselves for the government. So people get up and say, I can't do this anymore. And they just decide to go to another country, probably Canada, New Zealand, Australia, or a country that has, not so high tax, deduction. So that is number one reason why people leave the UK. Expensive tax. Number two reason why people are leaving the UK is the healthcare system. Guys, the healthcare system in the UK is overwhelming, in a sense that if you've got appointment, you have to wait, ring in for appointment. It takes time, it takes weeks for you to get in, to be checked, to be attended to. And then if you have to go to A&E, accident and emergency, if you've got any emergency, you have to wait hours upon hours, like from 6 to 7 hours before you are attended to. Because being free, a lot of people wants to be attended to. A lot of people have medical needs that needs to immediate attention, so you have to go there, wait for hours upon hours, and find, if you're finally being called in, nothing is going to be done about it. Because I remember when my son was sick, I had to rush him to accident and emergency. We waited for 7 to 8 hours. At the end of the day, they finally called us in. We went in, they checked him, and we were told nothing is wrong with him, that we should just take him home, that he's going to be fine, that there's nothing wrong with him. But you could see that he was obviously crying, he was really sick. They couldn't even give drugs and things like that. So we just have to take him back home, manage him by ourselves till he was better. So imagine you being in that kind of situation, that you're seriously sick and you go to the hospital and all they could give you is paracetamol, or sometimes they ask you to just go and wait it out. What will you do? So a lot of people, and if you have surgery that needs medical attention, you have to be on the waiting list for years, 1 to 2 years, before you're booked in for surgery. Guys, a lot of people don't want this, but you can't blame them, because the health system is free. A lot of people have issues and they are battling, they are trying to meet up with people and all that. So sometimes you have to wait it out, sometimes you just have to, the sickness get worse, or sometimes people even die in the process of waiting to be attended to. And here, to get a private medical specialist, consultant to treat you is really not cheap, it's really expensive. So people can't afford to be treated by, private doctors, private specialists or consultants. So a lot of time you just have to make do with what you can get, which can lead to, the sickness getting worse, sometimes dead. So that's why people are leaving, because they feel that they are not getting attention they actually paid for or what they expected. Number three reason why people are leaving the UK: high cost of living. Guys, the UK is really expensive to live in. I know there are tons and tons of bills, coupled with the current inflation in everything. So guys, it's really expensive for people to live here. So a lot of people can't meet up with the high cost of living because they didn't expect it to be like this. So if you work, most of your money goes to paying bills, paying rent, paying water bills, paying TV license. So guys, there are tons and tons of bills people pay in the UK. So at the end of the day, whatever they are making, they use it to pay for, they don't have savings, they don't have anything to fall back on. A lot of people just give up and say, I can't do this, and I didn't just come to the UK to, work and pay bills. They just pack their bags and say, oh, it's better, why not let me try some other place like Canada, Australia, New Zealand. It's hard for some people to meet up, so some people have to work extra shift to just meet up with bills. One reason why people are leaving the UK is there is no work-life balance. Guys, the UK is really, you have to be on the clock. You have to constantly work, you have to constantly grind to meet up with rent and bills. In the morning, everybody is out, they come back in, and that's it. If you even have family, it's hard for you to have time with your family. People work from Monday to Friday, trying to take extra shift just to meet up with bills, out and meet friends. So even if you have friends in the UK, it's hard for you to even get to meet your friends. People don't get to socialize, which could lead to loneliness and depression. Number five reason why people are leaving the UK is there are no lots of career opportunities. A lot of people come to the UK with hope or expectation that when they come here, they will get to, get good jobs and, start from where they stop. For instance, you were a bank manager in Nigeria or you were a director in a company. You think that when you're coming to the UK, that is where you're going to start, or you're going to start from, a high position. But when you come here, there are no opportunities. The few opportunities that are available, you can't get them because number one, you have to start afresh. You have to start, getting certification. If you're a doctor in Nigeria, you have to start applying to get license. Actually, very discouraging. It's like you're starting from square. You end up seeing bank managers in UK doing K jobs, being a carer. Can't just start all over again. I have reached the peak of my career and I'm going to start all over from the bottom. I expected that when I come here, I'll start from where I stopped. People don't have money to do all this certification and all that, coupled with paying of bills and all that. At the end of the day, where is the money to even start getting certification and build up a career? I can't do this, and they leave to a country that will appreciate their certification, that will appreciate their skills. Number six reason why people are leaving the UK is the weather. I wouldn't want to say the weather is confusing, but it's actually confusing because it's unpredictable. The next minute is sunny, the next minute is raining. Even the British are really complaining about the weather. That's why you find them during summer, they travel to other places for holiday because even in summer, the weather is still cold. So like me coming from a place that was quite warm and suddenly where it is cold all the time, it can be really quite challenging to adapt to the weather. The weather makes you sick, the weather makes you get flu, so many things. So people find it difficult to cope with the weather. Sometimes you don't really get to enjoy some of the beautiful places in the UK because half of the time it's cold, half of the time it's raining, half of the time the weather is really not friendly for you to go out. So people just can't cope with this. People tend to like move to a good place or other places that the weather is predictable and they get to enjoy themselves and all that. So this is another reason why people are leaving the UK. Seven reasons why people are leaving the UK is passport. Guys, I know, right? It's really funny. A lot of people stay in the UK because of passports. it's really hard for you to get a British passport. So some people just endure it till they get the passport, because who doesn't want to have a British passport? If you have a British passport, you have access to about 130 something countries that you could travel to. People just want to endure and just get this passport. After they get this passport, everybody just move on to some other places. So this is another reason why people are staying in the UK, and when they get it, they finally get to go. Another reason why people are leaving the UK is old age. A lot of time people retire, people want to retire back to their home country when they are old, because if you are old and you're staying in a place that is cold, the weather is unpredictable, the weather is not really good to you, person, it's going to take a toll on your health. So a lot of time people just want to go back to their home country, to be close to their family, to be close to their loved ones, their last days on earth, to be close to their, home country. So this is one of the reasons why people are currently leaving the country. Another reason why people are currently leaving the UK is not being able to get the post-study visa that is meant for graduates, or after finishing your program you're supposed to get 2 years post-study visa. So many students cannot meet up because they didn't complete their coursework. The requirement for you to meet up with the post-study visa is that you have to pass and you have to complete your schoolwork. So a lot of times students can't do this, and they tend to like try other visa, like healthcare visa and the rest. So they try to like do the job, to work as a carer, but it takes a toll on their mental health because they can't keep up with having to do overtime, stressing themselves. So they end up feeling like, oh, this is not what I bargained for. So they don't really have option, and they tend to like probably just leave the country to try some. These are all the reasons why people are currently leaving the UK. If you're living in the UK and you have other reasons, kindly comment on the comment section. If you enjoy this video, kindly subscribe, share, like, and comment, and just be part of my YouTube family, and I will see you in my next video.